Thanks to all of you that have wished me a Happy New Year. The same to you all. It's Friday, the 2nd of January 2009. The transfer window is in full swing and no prizes for guessing who has waded in first. Yes, I've just been to the Chelsea press conference where Scolari has confirmed that Wayne Bridge has been given permission to speak to Man City for £12 million. Crazy money for me. And even worse, in the Sun, Bridge has been offered a £30,000 a week pay rise, even though he can't get a game at Stamford Bridge. And City say that they won't be taken for mugs in this January transfer window. Elsewhere, we have had confirmation today that Man United have signed the Serbian pair Tosic and Ljajic for a fee which could rise to £16.3 million. They both look good players. But the big news is that the Newcastle keeper Shay Given has made a right mug out of boss Joe Kinnear by revealing he is off. He's basically put a statement out through his lawyer saying that he is fed up of carrying the team and that, to quote him, he feels compelled to consider his position in the light of interest being expressed in him by Man City, Arsenal and Spurs. Now, you've all been debating whether or not he would be first choice at Arsenal. Now we're about to find out. Personally, I think he is a better keeper than Almunia at Arsenal, but I think he'll go to Spurs. Some other updates for you this Friday lunchtime. Jose Mourinho at Inter has dissed Michael Owen at Newcastle, saying he's not interested as, to quote him, Owen has had a lot of injuries and is not the player he was. Ooh. No Jermaine Defoe either in training today for Portsmouth. He's called in sick. No Heskey Ozaki in the Wigan side to face Spurs on Friday night. And I just wonder how many players this weekend who are linked with moves away from their clubs suddenly get injured over the next 24 hours and don't cut-tire themselves. Play. We'll have a check on Monday morning. Now, time for your messages. And lots of you from around the world have been in touch with us here at the Daily Mirror's Football Spy, either through the blogs page or on the Daily Mirror website. The address is at the bottom of the screen. Stokey Ryan says, I think your show's great. Thank you very much. This month is going to be full of transfers. I was wondering if you could give us any news of transfers for Stoke fans. Well, Joe Ledley from Cardiff looks the main one, while Richard Duffy's been linked with a free transfer from Portsmouth. Liverpool Kid says, hi Darren, is there any chance of French star Karim Benzema coming to the Premier League? Well, if he does, it will be to Chelsea, but they today have been saying that they're not interested in making any signings. Remains to be seen if that's true. Boy Bettenard, I do love these names. He says, hi Darren, I'm an Arsenal fan and I was reading that if Chelsea want to buy, they'll have to sell. Wenger was looking at Kalou in the summer. Do you think he could be one of those players that they would let go? Or possibly not to Arsenal, as they are a direct rival, but if Kalou went to Arsenal, if Kalou did go to Arsenal and shone, it wouldn't look too good on Scolari, so I don't think he'll be going there. Now, of course, the real debate on Toure versus Gallas. At the moment, it looks as though they're both leaving Arsenal, but most of you would rather keep Toure, except for Tom de Gruyne. He says Toure should go, sadly. He was once world-class, but he's been on a steady decline for 3 years now, and his malaria didn't help at all. Gallas and Giroud started forming a very good partnership. Tom's also going to pop for a few of his fellow Arsenal fans calling for Veloso at Sporting or Metzelder at Real Madrid to be signed. He says, pathetic. We are above players of this quality. I don't know if you are, Tom. They're both good players. Arsenal, that's his name, says Arsene Wenger must sell Gallas. He's outraged every Arsenal fan. And anyway, Toure can wipe the floor with him. And what do you think to Joleon Lescott coming to the Emirates from Everton for £8 million? Well, Lescott would be a good signing, but not for £8 million. Made a few mistakes this season. TT says, how exactly can Toure wipe the floor with Gallas when he's our fourth choice centre-back? Sell them both. Toure is useless and Gallas is an unstable influence. That's his words. And either bring in one player who would partner Giroud or sign a whole new defensive partnership. But we should be looking for a winger and a central midfielder to partner Denilson before we even consider centre-back changes. All very noble. Can't argue with much of that. Gunnels Forever says, hello Dan, hope you had a good New Year's party. I believe Arteta's a good player for Arsenal, but too inconsistent. As for Bentner saying, he's an attack-minded Senderos. In other words, not very good. Ilaria says, hey Darren, I'm writing in from Adelaide in Australia. I'm a Juventus and Man U fan. And I was wondering if there's any news on the Juve Modric saga. Well, Juventus, they do like Luka Modric, but Spurs boss Harry Redknapp wants to keep him, which pretty much means that is that. On the Daily Mirror channel, Chris aka Cloud says, is it true Torre is looking to leave Arsenal? Sadly, it looks as though it is. We told you that earlier this week. On YouTube, Takuradag is a United fan, and he says, hey Darren, first of all, Happy New Year. I don't think our side's strong enough to win the treble or just the Champions League. The Premier League, we might just get it, but Ferguson has to bring in a couple of players. Podolski wants to leave Bayern Munich. Come on, Sir Alex, wake up, says Takuradag. If United got him and his teammate Bastian Schweinsteiger, they would benefit greatly, mark my words. I don't think they'll get Schweinsteiger, Podolski maybe. A couple of you still asking about Steven Gerrard. A reminder that for legal reasons we cannot discuss his arrest or post on Football Spy about it at all. For full details of what's going on there, go to the news section on the Daily Mirror website and the chaps there will update you. A reminder also that over the weekend you can get your transfer fix from our sister websites at the Sunday Mirror and the Sunday People. Lots of good stories in both those papers and on their websites. I'm off to check that the last person left at Portsmouth turns out the lights. Have a nice weekend, enjoy your football, and I'll see you on Monday morning.